From 1990 through until around 2016, it was all about China in this part of the world. You know, headlines were dominated by China. China's amazing economic growth, GDP growth, double digit for many, many years, and close to 10. Now, what I've seen in the past 12 to 18 months is a striking shift towards India for a few reasons. One is China is starting to flatten out a bit. There's this sense of a risk around China. Labor costs increased dramatically compared to 1990. So a lot of manufacturing has got out of China. If you look at India, on the other hand, what makes India attractive? And then what's stopping jobs from being created here? The first thing is back to the rising middle class, a workforce that's well-educated, that's ambitious and hungry, and bottom up. What I sense in India is there was a legacy of India as IT. And that's dangerous. But what we do know when you peel the layers, India is not only about IT. It's one sector of many burgeoning, healthy sectors, growing sectors. We will have to deal with this. It was coming. We knew it was coming eventually. We knew that AI is moving quickly. There is a sense that AI will replace jobs and reduce the need for people. We don't believe that at Randstad. In fact, we've adopted a strategy called Tech and Touch around the world. And you may know we've invested in the Randstad Innovation Fund, more than 10 companies in that tech space to enable our people to do better touch with candidates and clients. As a result of that, more jobs have been created within Randstad. We believe the same thing will happen on a macro level. Same as automation and robotics. It ended up creating more jobs because somebody has to build them, somebody has to maintain them, and somebody has to redesign and innovate around that. So it will be a different job and skill set, I think. Absolutely, it must happen. So that would be, if we talk with a sense of urgency, the phrase reskill or perish is especially true right now for the IT professionals that are on the side of downsizing right now. The good news, though, if you look at, let's say, job functions in any company, IT professionals, typically, by their DNA, are agile. They're all about learning. They're all about development. They generally tend to be quite curious. So I think the IT professionals that are experiencing this loss of job and downsizing provides an excellent opportunity to be agile, but also learn about something new. So we talk about AI. I would connect it with Prime Minister Modi's demonetization, digitization, Skill India, which is a key part of this, and Make in India. So if I'm someone who's just been downsized in India as an IT person, I would be looking to the wave of the future and what skills I need to be on the leading edge. One example is e-payment. With digitization and demonetization comes huge opportunity for e-payment. I don't think we've scratched the surface on that. FMCG is leading the way, retail. Interesting to see some big global companies coming hard and fast into India. Next would be power and IT. I'm quite interested in the power. If we talk about clean energy, alternative energy, I think India is in a very good position to develop that space. We already have a decent solar infrastructure in India, which is, again, increasing dramatically, and that's connected to the government initiatives. There are other examples of clean energy, which and based on my 6 weeks in India, there are a lot of companies that are not in India in the power sector that are interested in coming into India. We've talked with lots of those companies. So that's an interesting area as well. I think beyond that, we've got e-commerce continues to be, although we've seen some consolidation over recent months, even since I've arrived, it continues to be a strong sector. I think we're in a similar situation with Prime Minister Modi in that 3 years, relatively speaking, is a short period of time. If we talk about those key initiatives to bring results, jobs have to come, and I believe they will come. One thing India can do, if I compare to the rest of Asia, Singapore is a great example, although a population of 5 million versus India is not apples to apples, but let's just as an example of a government that's commercial minded. One thing Singapore does very well is it makes it easy for companies to come in and set up. They incentivize, they roll out a red carpet, and they make sure they come and they stay and have success. I think there's a lesson to be learned. If India takes a similar approach, this economy and this country will be unstoppable, not only in the region, but globally. Make it easy to set up, have a reliable infrastructure. You have again, a growing workforce that's highly talented. We also have the U-turn candidates, we call them, the Indians abroad that want to come home because good things are happening here. So there's quite a talent pool.